How are you? Another beautiful day out here. We went from a day that was just about 70 degrees to the following day it was in the 20s and started to snow. And then yesterday it was 16 and snowing. And today it's sunny again and looks like it's going to warm up. So it's been a little crazy for the middle of April. But I've seen on Instagram that a bunch of people have gotten snow across the country, so I guess I'm not alone. Oh, goodness. Well, I'm sorry that I missed you all yesterday. I had a delightful migraine to deal with. I don't know if any of you have ever suffered from, migraines or bad tension headaches or anything like that, but they can certainly be a doozy. I have found actually that over the past couple of years I've been getting acupuncture, and they help tremendously with my headaches. They reduce how frequently I get them. They reduce their severity when I do get them. So that's been a godsend. Unfortunately, acupuncture is not considered essential. So my acupuncturist cannot practice while we're all in isolation and quarantine. So I think probably my headaches are coming back a little bit due to not having acupuncture for a little while, but we push on, right? All right. So today, for those of you who are joining my virtual coffee date for the first time, welcome. Thank you so much for being here and joining me. The purpose of these was to provide me with a little accountability to routinely practice a couple of morning routines in order to add a little bit of structure to my days, to have a predictable schedule, at least in the mornings, because I find, for me personally, having a routine, having a consistent schedule helps me with motivation. It helps me cope with some, mental health struggles. On bad mental health days, it's good for me to have a routine to stick to that helps me stay motivated, that allows me to feel a little bit more productive on those really kind of down, sluggish days. And so I thought that I would share those morning routines with you. And the one I'm sharing with you is I read a poem of the day. And I also pull an oracle card to set the tone for the day, to get a bit of inspiration. And so that's what I'll be sharing with you today. So if you're joining for the first time, thank you so much for being here. And if you've watched a few of these, thank you for keep coming back. That's awesome. I love sharing these moments with you. So I do these live Instagram lives Monday through Thursday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Mountain, 10 a.m. Eastern. And on Fridays, starting this week, I'm going to do my Friday session on IGTV. So the reason why is because IGTV, if I record on the IGTV platform, I can record for longer than 15 minutes. So I'm hoping that I can make the Friday sessions a little bit longer, a little bit more varied in terms of what I talk about. I plan to talk about mental health, self-care, mindfulness, and those types of issues, and maybe share some strategies, some techniques that have helped me over the years, and hopefully strike up some conversations with you all about those topics. So I hope that you'll join me on Fridays on IGTV. So all that stuff being said, let's go ahead and start with our poem of the day. All right, so lately I've been reading from one of my favorite poetry collections, which was compiled by Garrison, Keillor, and it's Good Poems for Hard Times. And I've been finding this a comforting poetry collection during this kind of chaos and anxiety and uncertainty that we're experiencing right now. These are some really good poems. And now, I've said before, I am not a poetry expert, so I'm not going to be able to provide you with any deep analysis into what these poems mean. So I'm just going to read them. But I think that that's the beauty of poetry, is that you can interpret them how you like. You can kind of see how you feel in reaction to the words and see how they resonate with your own experiences. And I think that's kind of the beauty of poetry. So today I am going to be reading a poem called There Comes the Strangest Moment by Keillor. There comes the strangest moment in your life when everything you thought before breaks free. What you relied upon as ground rule and as right looks upside down from how it used to be. Skin's gone pale, your brain is shedding cells. You question every tenet you set down. Obedient thoughts have turned to infidels, and every verb desires to be a noun. I want, my want. I love, my love. I'll stay with you. I thought transitions were the best, but I want what's here to never go away. I'll make my peace, my bed, and kiss this breast. Your heart's in retrograde. You simply have no choice. Things people told you turn out to be true. You have to hold that body, hear that voice. You have sworn no one knew. You'd have sworn no one knew you more than you. How many people thought you'd never change? But here you have. It's beautiful. It's strange. So that's There Comes the Strangest Moment by Keillor. Sorry for flubbing up there. That was a good sentence. You'd have sworn no one knew you more than you. Also, just in case you guys were, I don't know if I did it with my tone, but I don't know if you can see that. That part of the poem. Oh, am I showing the right one? Yeah. That part of the poem is in italics. It is kind of set off as different from the rest of the poem. I'm not sure if to the poet that meant kind of more of an internal thought, if they were considering it to be saying it to somebody else, but it is set off differently from the rest of the poem. I don't know. That's interesting. It's like, to me, it feels like it's discussing, growing up, because Lord knows the things that we thought were true when we were younger. As we grow older, oftentimes we find that, the things that we thought are not true or not a reflection of the real world. And then in other cases, I like the line where it says, things people told you turn out to be true. So maybe family members told you something, and when you were a teenager, you were like, no, that's not how it is. But now that you're, older, you're like, yep, they were right. I know I've had plenty of those moments, especially with things that my mother told me growing up. And then I also think it's talking about not wanting to move on. I think that little section in the middle that's italicized, where the poet is talking about, I'm going to stay with you. I thought transitions were best, but I want what's here to never go away. I'll make my peace, right? Like, I don't know. To me, it's like, you feel as you grow older, or as you experience different moments of life, that you learn things and you change what you think, you change what you desire. But then sometimes there are moments, or there are relationships, or there are experiences that you don't want to change. So I don't know, kind of the pressure to change, but sometimes not wanting to change. All right, so that's our poem of the day. There Comes the Strangest Moment by Keillor. Okay, so the next part of my morning routine is to draw an oracle card. And I shuffled the cards off camera and pulled a card at random. And the past few virtual coffee date sessions I've been using the Crazy Sexy Love Notes deck by Kris Carr and Portka. You can find both of these women on Instagram. They have lovely, inspiring accounts. And the card that I pulled is Offer Your Love. I know that's a bit backwards, but we have a cute little cow and is that a rooster? And someone is reaching out their hand, offering love, offering compassion. And this is what our card tells us. Is there someone in your life who could benefit from loving kindness? The gesture doesn't have to be big. Send an email, pick up the phone, pop by for a visit, maybe not right now, or order a bouquet of posies. Let this person know you're thinking of him or her. When we offer our love generously, that caring energy comes back to us tenfold, while also lifting us up in the process. Reach out and offer your love today. So, offer your love. I think that's a really wonderful message for right now. And yes, most of us have to offer our love to others virtually, digitally, which probably doesn't feel the same as being able to stop by for a visit or give a hug or a kiss or shake a hand or just be in somebody's presence. But I still think those digital or those virtual offerings of love still matter. They're still important right now. They provide us with connection to others. And, even the most introverted person, and I am terribly introverted, even us, we need social connection. We all do. We're social animals. And so to be in isolation for so long is really, really trying. It really does inspire a lot of anxiety, some depression, and just kind of low mood in general. It negatively affects our motivation and our energy. So find ways. And you may have to be a bit creative, but find ways to reach out and connect with people in your social networks. For some of us, maybe that's, making more phone calls than we normally do. If we've kind of been texters. I don't know if it's a generational thing, but, people are more apt to text than to call. But maybe during these weeks, calling is best to hear someone's voice or to FaceTime to see somebody's face or do video chat. Find ways to connect, find ways to reach out and say, I've been thinking of you. How are you? Let's talk. What's been going on? Share ideas for keeping yourselves entertained during quarantine, etc. So I think that's a really powerful and important message for us to offer people in our community, our family and friends, some of that loving kindness. And in the process of offering it to others, it lifts us up as well, right? All right, folks. So that was our poem of the day and our oracle card of the day. I'm going to wrap up, and I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful day despite the craziness, despite the anxiety, despite the frustration. I really hope that you're able to find a moment today to think about things, even mundane things, ordinary things that you're grateful for. Try to find just one positive moment in the day to kind of hold on to, right? And take some time today to reach out, to offer someone some of your love, some of your compassion. Reach out and seek that social connection. It'll lift you up, it'll lift the other person up, and help us get through this really difficult time. So I hope you join me tomorrow at 8 a.m. Mountain or 10 a.m. Eastern here on Instagram Live Stories. And then, like I said earlier in the session, on Friday, I will be on IGTV. And I think I'm going to be doing a giveaway during that IGTV session. So look in my grid on Instagram for a little bit more information about that. So I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you tomorrow.